What if I told you that today could be the day everything changes? That this moment, right now, might be the reason your soul has been restless? Welcome to Heaven's Chosen, the place where the called rise, the broken are rebuilt, and the sleeping finally awaken. If you've felt different, if life has been trying to get your attention, then this video is not a coincidence. It's a calling. And by the end of this video, you won't just be inspired, you'll be transformed. Because today, you're going to learn what most people will never hear. Truths that are meant only for those who have been chosen. Let's begin, before time runs out. You weren't created to blend in. There's a reason you've always felt out of place, like your soul was built for something more. The pull you feel inside, that constant whisper that says, "You were made for greater," is real. You're not like the others, and deep down you know it. Every system around you was designed to suppress the chosen. Society rewards the obedient, the predictable, the silent. But you've always questioned the script. You've seen through the noise. You've sensed that something is off. And that realization alone makes you dangerous to the system. Being chosen doesn't mean you're perfect. It means you've been selected despite your flaws. The mistakes, the regrets, the dark nights, they weren't meant to destroy you. They were meant to awaken you, to carve strength into your spirit, and set your heart on fire. But here's the truth. Many chosen ones never rise. Why? Because they wait for permission. They wait for someone to tell them it's time. But that time is now. No more delays. No more hesitation. The moment you decide to step into your calling, the world will start to shift around you. You've been hidden, not forgotten, isolated, not abandoned. Everything has been building up to this, and now the choice is yours. Stay silent and safe, or speak, act, move, like the chosen one you are. Because once you start walking in your purpose, nothing will be able to stop you. Time is the most precious thing you have, and yet it's the one thing we treat as infinite. Every minute you waste doubting yourself, scrolling in distraction, or replaying the past is a minute you'll never get back. The chosen ones understand time is not guaranteed. Tomorrow is not promised. So what are you doing with your now? There are people who plan, and there are people who move. Destiny doesn't wait for perfect conditions. It responds to bold decisions. The enemy of your purpose is not failure. It's delay. Every time you tell yourself, "I'll start tomorrow," you lose a piece of your future. Time doesn't care about your comfort. Some doors are only open for a season. Some moments come only once. And if you miss them, they don't come back. That's the brutal truth. The chosen don't just recognize timing, they honor it. They act even when they're scared. Especially when they're scared. You don't need more time. You need more urgency. You need to wake up every morning like the clock is against you. Because it is. This is your chance. This is your moment. Stop negotiating with procrastination. Get up, move, build, speak. Do it now, not later. Because there will come a day when you'll look back and ask, "What did I do with the time I was given?" And if you truly are chosen, your answer will not be, "I waited." It will be, "I moved when others froze. I spoke when others stayed silent. I acted when it mattered." Not all battles are fought with swords. Some are fought in silence, in your thoughts, in the invisible war between who you are and who you're meant to become. The chosen know this battlefield well. They wake up every day to a fight that most people don't even recognize. It's not about the outside world. It's about what's happening inside. You'll notice it when you're about to level up. Resistance will increase. Doubt creeps in. Fear gets louder. People around you may turn distant. That's not a coincidence. It's confirmation. It means you're getting close to something powerful. The enemy doesn't fight those who are already lost. It targets the rising. Every time you choose discipline over distraction, prayer over panic, purpose over pleasure, you win a battle. And those small wins, they compound. They shape your spirit. They prepare you for moments of destiny, moments that demand your full strength and clarity. Nothing in this realm comes easy to the chosen. But beware, the battle is designed to wear you down. It's subtle. It will try to make you normalize chaos, numb yourself with noise, and forget who you are. You'll be tempted to shrink, to settle, to disappear. That's when you must fight harder. Not with fists, but with focus. Victory doesn't always look like triumph. Sometimes it looks like you praying through tears, choosing silence over rage, or staying on your path when no one claps for you. The real warriors? They fight battles no one sees, and they still show up like nothing happened. That's the power of the chosen. Comfort is seductive. It tells you to slow down, to settle, to play it safe. It whispers that you have earned rest when you've barely started. But what it never tells you is the cost. Comfort is the graveyard where dreams go to die. And the chosen? They know better. The people who leave their mark on this world are not the most talented. They're the most committed. They show up when it's hard. They keep going when no one believes in them. While others are seeking ease, the chosen are seeking purpose. And purpose is never comfortable. Growth demands discomfort. It stretches you, breaks patterns, exposes your weaknesses. But it also unlocks strength you didn't know you had. If everything feels too easy right now, ask yourself, are you playing small? Because your calling should scare you. That's how you know it's real. Comfort will lie to you. It will make you believe that survival is enough, that getting by is acceptable. But you weren't created just to survive. You were called to lead, to build, to transform. And none of that happens in a comfortable place. So let others chase comfort. You? Chase calling. Choose the path that demands more from you. Because on the other side of discomfort is the version of you that was always meant to rise. And once you meet that version, you'll never go back. The pain you carry was never meant to destroy you. It was meant to reveal you. The betrayal, the heartbreak, the nights you thought you wouldn't make it, they all shaped something eternal inside of you. The chosen ones don't just go through pain, they transform through it. It's easy to question why. Why me? Why this path? But the truth is, your pain is the birthplace of your power. No great calling comes without suffering. The weight you've carried wasn't punishment. It was preparation. And every scar on your soul is a symbol of survival. While others run from pain, you've been forced to face it. And that's why you see deeper. That's why your eyes hold wisdom beyond your years. You've been through storms that would have drowned others, but somehow you're still standing, still chosen, still called. Pain humbles the ego and awakens the spirit. It strips away illusions and forces you to confront what truly matters. You learn who you are in the fire, not when things are easy, but when everything inside you is screaming to quit. And you choose to rise anyway. So don't curse the pain, don't numb it, honor it, let it teach you. Let it remind you that your story has weight and your voice has value. Because the most powerful leaders are the ones who've been broken, and still chose to rebuild. Waiting for permission is the fastest way to kill your purpose. You keep waiting for a sign, for approval, for someone to validate your vision. But what if the only approval you ever needed was already placed inside you? When you're chosen, you don't wait. You declare. The world won't clap for your calling. They won't always understand your mission. And that's okay. It's not their job to understand. It's your job to obey the voice within. The one that's been nudging you for years. The one that gets louder every time you settle. Chosen ones often walk paths that make no sense to the crowd. Your moves won't be logical to those who think small. But you weren't called to be logical. You were called to be legendary. And legends don't ask for permission. They move when the Spirit says, move. You're not here to live according to someone else's comfort. You're here to build what hasn't been built yet. To speak what hasn't been said. To break chains others are still afraid to see. That's not arrogance. That's obedience. Divine obedience. So stop shrinking to fit in. Stop apologizing for being intense, driven, different. You weren't designed to blend. You were designed to lead. Stand up. Speak boldly. Move with authority. You don't need permission. You are the permission. Motivation is fleeting. It comes and goes like waves. One day you feel unstoppable. The next, you can't get out of bed. That's why the chosen ones don't rely on motivation. They rely on discipline. Discipline is sacred. It's the structure that holds your destiny in place. The real power lies in showing up when you don't feel like it. In doing the work when no one is watching. When you build a life rooted in discipline, your actions are no longer dictated by feelings. They're driven by purpose. That's how legacies are built. Discipline doesn't shout. It whispers. It wakes you up early. It pushes you to keep your word. It tells you, no excuses today. And when you obey that voice, day after day, you become untouchable. Not because you're perfect, but because you're consistent. There's nothing glamorous about it. Waking up early, training when you're tired, studying when everyone else is scrolling. But while the world is sleeping on their purpose, you're becoming dangerous in silence. Discipline is the weapon of the chosen. So forget hype. Forget waiting for the perfect mood. Discipline is how you cross the finish line. It's how you earn trust from others, from God, from your future self. Be the one who keeps showing up, even when no one's clapping, even when it's hard. Especially then. The chosen ones often walk alone, not because they're forgotten, but because they're being set apart. Isolation isn't punishment, it's preparation. When God hides you, it's not rejection, it's refinement. You're not being delayed, you're being developed. Alone time is where clarity is born. It's where you hear the voice that the noise tried to drown out. In isolation, distractions are stripped away, and what's left is truth. And sometimes that truth is uncomfortable, but it's exactly what you needed to see. You'll start to notice people fading away, opportunities slowing down, invitations stopping. Don't panic. That silence is sacred. The elevation you've been asking for requires solitude. The next level of your calling demands a stronger, sharper version of you. Most won't understand the season you're in, because it wasn't meant for them. It's not your job to explain your isolation. It's your job to survive it, to grow in it, and to emerge from it transformed. When the time comes, your fruit will speak for itself. So don't rush to escape the quiet. Lean into it. Use it. Let it mold you. Because when the chosen are finally revealed, they don't just return, they rise. And the silence that once felt lonely will become the foundation of your strength. There's someone out there right now who's ready to give up, and they need your voice. Not a perfect version of you, not a filtered image. They need the raw, real story, the one you've been afraid to share, the one that carries power because it carries truth. Your experiences, your pain, your rise, it all means something. You didn't survive just to sit in silence. Your story is a roadmap. Your voice is a light. And while you may think, I'm not ready, someone else is waiting for what only you can say. Stop underestimating your presence. You shift rooms without saying a word. You bring clarity where there's confusion. When you speak from your spirit, people listen, not because you're loud, but because you're real. And real is rare. There is no neutral ground anymore. Light must speak. Truth must be loud. The world is flooded with noise, but few voices carry weight. You were chosen not just to speak, but to awaken, to cut through the lies and deliver something eternal. So speak, share, create, move, even if your voice shakes, even if no one claps, because the chosen don't speak for applause, they speak for impact. And your impact might just save someone's life. This isn't just a video. This is your wake-up call. You didn't press play by accident. Something bigger brought you here. And deep down, you can feel it. The urgency, the shift, the call that said, now, not later. You've waited long enough. You've doubted long enough. You've replayed the same excuses long enough. But the window is closing. This is your moment to decide who you're going to be. The next chapter of your life doesn't start tomorrow. It starts the moment you say, I'm ready. Purpose doesn't beg. It knocks once. And if you ignore it, it moves on to someone else. But you're still breathing, which means you still have time. But not forever. The chosen feel the clock differently, not with fear, but with fire. When you walk in purpose, time bends for you, doors open, paths align. The impossible becomes normal, but none of it happens until you move. You've listened. You've learned. Now it's time to act. This isn't the end of the message. This is the beginning of your mission. So rise up, shake the dust off your soul. Look yourself in the mirror and declare, I was born for this. And if you've made it to this moment, the countdown has begun. Time is running out. But the chosen, they don't panic. They activate. If you made it to the end, it means something inside you is awakening. That still, quiet voice in your soul is no longer whispering. It's roaring. Because deep down, you know, you were never meant to live a normal life. You were chosen to carry light into a dark world. Maybe no one told you before. Maybe they tried to silence your fire, but not anymore. Now you've heard the truth. And truth, once seen, cannot be unseen. So I ask you, what did this message awaken in you? What battle have you been avoiding? And more importantly, what will you do with everything you now know? Let this not be just another video you watched. Let this be the beginning of a new standard, a higher calling, a divine decision to rise. If this message shook your spirit, write Heaven's Chosen in the comments so I know you made it here, and so the world knows you've answered the call. Because time is running out, and the world needs you awake. We're not just viewers. We're not just listeners. We are the Heaven's Chosen, and our time is now.